What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to the 8th edition of the hashtag How To Relationship podcast. It is good to have you guys in today. I, of course, am always joined by the lovely and talented Devon, who, by the way, is a little under the weather, but she decided to soldier on. Even though she's under the weather, she's still wearing the heels like a feminine woman should. Those won't be pointing at the ceiling or the wall anytime soon if she has anything to do with it. We're going to get our guest here in here. Looks like our guest just showed up, so we're going to introduce our guest here in just a second. I want to tell you guys before we get started before I introduce our guest, I want to tell you guys a little bit. You guys know that I'm a big proponent of kratom. And the reason why I decided to take kratom is because, as you guys all know, I'm a 4-time convicted felon. You know, I've been arrested a bunch of times, et cetera, et cetera. And the very last time I was arrested, November 15th of 2015, and I decided to put myself into anger management counseling. That was it wasn't court appointed or court ordered yet. Not yet, right? But it should have been. But my attorney advised me to do so. Okay. And so I said, you know what? That's probably good. I'll never forget. He said, Alex, you're a good guy. But, you know, Alex, that's my legal name. He said, you're a good guy, but if you get in trouble again, I can't help you anymore. And so I said, okay, I've got to do I need to do something to get my temper under control, to keep from flying off at people. And so anger management counseling certainly helped but what my Dr. Derflinger, he wanted to put me on a med combination. He wanted to put me on medications. And I told him, no, I did not want to do that. Let me just go ahead and undergo the counseling first, see what happens, and then we'll go from there. Right around that time, I was on a website called Good Looking Loser. The Good Looking Loser. It was run by Chris Diotis, and I saw that he also ran the website called HappyHippoHerbals.com. And since 2015, so going on 7 years now, I have been a regular user of Happy Hippo Kratom. They are now going to be a sponsor of our show. Guys, I'm here to tell you, I take this stuff regularly, and it's interesting. Devon, tell the people how you can tell if I've run out of kratom.
Oh yeah, it's really, really obvious. You get real chippy, real edgy, you're irritable. Yep. Every little thing sets you off. Yep. Like even if it's just somebody honks at you in traffic, or I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not.
The point is that I have a very. That's
now.
Quite all right. I have to be sure. I have a very short temper.
It kind of reminds me of like when your girl is PMSing.
Yes.
That's how I know that. I'm like, have you taken any kratom?
Did you just accuse me? Did you just accuse me of male PMS? Is that what you just?
No, I said that the signs that you haven't taken kratom in a while are similar to premenstrual syndrome. Yeah.
Are we PMSing? Well, there you go, guys. And listen, if a man is acting like he's on PMS, that is not attractive.
No, and like especially when we go out of town, always make sure you have some, or we buy some when we get there, because traveling is really stressful. So like you don't have anxiety or anything like that, but it will, like your fuse gets shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. And I think that's the main thing. And I mean, I've never, like, I've tried kratom.
Mm-hmm. It never used to work, but once they came out with those kratom shots, you've drank. So, dude, they've sent us all kinds of kratom shots. Devon has drank all but I think 4. Let's see. The first 2 I know are full. All these are empty. Yeah. All these are. I think I might have had 1.
Well, I've been drinking them in place of energy drinks. So like I'll have my diet ginger ale, or my like Zevia ginger ale, or whatever, and then I'll put in my stevia based flavor enhancer for water. Like it's fruit punch. It's called Stir, which is really good. And I'll mix
Stir's not paying us. Take that back.
But I'll mix in half of a shot with 2 drinks.
Very nice.
Like it's a real big pick me up. I can't drink too many of them. I made that mistake.
Yes, because what happens?
I drank 3 before a workout.
Oh my god!
And I got really nauseous. So
what I like the most about Happy Hippo Kratom is it's the purest kratom on earth. And here's what I mean when I say that. I've used other kratums. I've used kratom for going on 7 years now. And you don't have to take nearly as much to get the same relaxing, calming, or energetic effects. And so when I'm using other brands of kratom, like this no-name brand here, literally a no-name brand, I end up having to take too much. And when you can't, I've never overdosed on kratom. I've taken too much kratom. And the two worst things that can happen is it either makes you very sleepy or you throw it up. I'm not trying to get sleepy at 1 o'clock in the afternoon when there's work to be done, and I'm not a fan of throwing up either. I don't
like hearing you throw up.
Oh God, yeah, I'm a violent thrower.
I know, me too.
Yeah. Oh God, it's terrible. It's terrible. So, guys, look, if you guys want a 15% discount on Happy Hippo Kratom, go to our affiliate link. I've got that. It's in the chat somewhere, but it's also in the description as well.
Plug my thing. I'm really excited about.
Yes. Before we introduce our guest, we would also like to introduce the brand new How to Relationship website. Devon, take us through it.
Yeah, so we got howtorelationship.net, which isn't, I'm not a big fan of .nets, but it beats paying $2,500 for the .com that they wanted. No. So you know what? That's fine. So this is really like a jumping off point for people who are either new to our content or don't really understand what we talk about. So I'm going to be writing, me and Donovan are going to be writing blog posts that we will put out like in our weekly newsletter. They'll be like, Monday at 10 a.m. or something like that. You'll get like, here's the latest post, here's the latest videos type of thing. So please subscribe to the newsletter. It's not the same newsletter as our other one at Donovan Sharp or TSR Academy. This is a completely new entity. So, if you've subscribed before, please subscribe again. And we've got there's a page for our blog, page for a podcast where I've just got our YouTube feeds there. One is our How to Relationship podcast, the full episodes. The other playlist is the shorts. Mm-hmm. And then I believe tomorrow or the next day.
It's going to be Tuesday. I'm dropping a new book, guys. Oh, my cart is currently empty. Oops.
Go to shop.
Shop and
no, just click on shop.
Oh, just shop. Okay, so blah, 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 blah. It keeps taking me to the cart. What's up with that?
Oh no.
There it is. All right, so this is the new book that I will be dropping on Tuesday.
Yeah, you can click on that.
Okay. It's 13. It's going to be $13. Very, very affordable. How to properly vet women for relationships. Guys, how to properly vet women for relationships. Guys, I'm here to tell you 99.9% of the problems that people encounter in relationships are due to the fact that either the man or the woman did not vet the other person properly. Now, right. I'm not a woman. I can't tell you how to vet a man because I've never dated a man, but I have dated many women, and I can tell you what to do, but more importantly, I can tell you what not to do. Guys, I've been burned. I've been cheated on. I've been used. I rented a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment for Carla and her one kid. She had 4 kids, lost custody of 3 of them. She was sleeping with the baby daddy who just gotten out of prison while I'm footing the bill.
Most people wouldn't tell that story.
Hey, man. Well, I mean, listen, people always want to know, Donovan, how do you know so much stuff? Because I've been there and I've lived this. And so, like I said, guys, strong, healthy relationships, there are many elements to it, but it begins and ends with vetting the female properly. It takes, guys, I'm here to tell you, it should take no less than 1 year to fully vet a woman. A lot of people get into relationships with women. She looks good. The sex is great. And you think, hey, you know what? Maybe she's wife material. Maybe I'll move her in, or maybe I'll give her a relationship. No, you must be with a woman for at least 4 seasons plus before deciding to give her the commitment. Any last thoughts on the website?
Yeah, I mean, I think this product is useful because we all know what red flags are, but you're never going to meet a woman who doesn't have any red flags.
Of course not. No, not these days.
So it's really, this book is really designed to help you kind of sort out what's most important to you, what you can live with, what you can't live with, and things like that. So, it's kind of a good meterometer.
Ah, good stuff. Good stuff. So,
and yes, we have a sponsor section on the website.
There's a sponsor section.
Happy Hippo Herbals.
There it is.
There that has our link on it. And if you want to use a promo code, you can save 15% off with the promo code HTR.
That's right. Sassy Hippo you guys got to watch out for Sassy Hippo. Sassy Hippo will sneak up on you. You're sitting there chilling at your computer. All of a sudden, you're wondering why you have X-ray vision. I'm just putting that out there. Okay, so without further ado, let me introduce tonight's guest. Looks like we've got 2 guests. We've got Preezy and Giggles. That's actually pretty funny. Awesome. So Preezy, tell the people. Now, I know that you host, I think, a radio podcast called Listen In and Listen Up, or Listen Up and Listen In. Other than that, I am completely ignorant. Oh, and I like the hoodie too. I like the hoodie too. Are you? Well, hold on. Before we go any further, I need to vet y'all. Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie.
Okay. All right. Okay. Because if she said Tupac, that's gonna do it for this edition of the HDR podcast. Yeah. Listen, I love the West Coast, but I am Team Biggie all the way. So tell the people about yourself, Preezy and Giggles.
All right. Well, I'm Breezy.
I'm Giggles.
Okay. And we have a podcast called Listen Up, Listen In.
Okay.
We're from Brooklyn, New York. And the podcast basically talks about different topics and different things that's going on throughout the world.
Okay.
My podcast is to motivate, educate, differentiate, heal, grow, and improve ourselves through our daily lives.
Good. I used to have a podcast. Well, I don't know. I guess I still have a podcast, TSR Live. I do that every once in a while. My job is to help people to fornicate. So that's just adding to the laundry list of what you guys do. Hey, listen. I mean, just like what's his name says over at Valuetainment, we're trying to help guys get laid and get paid. I mean, that's really the.
The fewer frustrated men out there, the better world we live in.
Jesus Christ, you ain't lying about that. Okay, so let's get right into it. By the way, the phone lines are open. The number is across your screen. It is pinned at the top of the comments. 516-387-1987, 516-387-1987. If you have a question, comment for myself or the guests or both, you guys can call in. If you're calling from outside the U.S., it is 001-516-387-1987, 516-387-1987. So we're going to get to the main topic a little bit later because I think it's going to be a very good way to build up to it.
Okay.
So the topic today is, should women marry their best friends? Should women be in relationships with their best friends? Before we do that, let's start on the surface level. Okay. Can women and men be friends? I'm going to start with Preezy and Giggles here. Can women and men? Oh, yeah, this is going to be good. Oh, look, you saw how wide the eyes got. Can women and men be friends in a platonic sense?
Platonic. You want to start?
Well, I would have to say.
Keep it real. Keep it real.
I think women can be friends with men and just strictly want to keep it as a friend thing. Men, not so much.
Okay.
And I think sometimes I feel like the women knows, but they're waiting for the guy to say something. But the men might not say nothing because they don't want to ruin the friendship.
Right.
So they just don't speak on it. But I think men will catch feelings first. But
okay. All right, Preezy.
Ooh. Well, they say that when you get into a relationship, you should that person should be your best friend. But me personally, I can be friends with a gentleman.
Okay.
Strictly platonic. It might be harder for men, I think.
Spoiler alert, it is.
Somewhere down the line, they're gonna catch feelings. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Catch feelings. Is it possible? Yes. I think that men and women can be friends.
Okay. All right. Very good. Dev, let's get your thoughts. Can men and women be friends platonically without exchanging fluids? Yes or no? Trying to keep it clean for YouTube here, y'all.
Let's see. I think up to a certain age, men and women can be friends.
Oh, okay.
Once you kind of hit that you're out of high school type of thing, then all of your friends are either trying to get it or they're not wasting time.
Hold on. You said once you're out of high school. Are you trying to cover up the fact that you friend zone dudes in high school? Is that what that is?
A lot of dudes in high school.
Right.
I feel bad about it.
See that? Listen, you let her talk long enough, she will tell on herself.
Yeah. Because first of all, it's kind of like when you're at work, right? You have to be around these people. So you're going to, get to know them.
Of course.
But outside of work, you don't talk, you don't text, you don't do anything with these people. Like they're, so can men and women be friends? I think up until they can until they're like sexually mature.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Right.
Okay. Right. And so at that point, the men will always get down with the woman if she's down. So, but the girl usually has already made up her mind 6 years ago.
There you go.
Where he stands, and she's just kind of using him as a friend.
Yeah. Listen, can men and women be friends? Absolutely. They can be friends. Is it advantageous for either party? Yes. But when men and women are in platonic relationships, unless he's gay, right? Because listen, women love having gay friends, gay best friends. There's no pressure. There's no cattiness. You don't have to worry. I mean, there's a lot that goes with that, right? There's a lot less pressure. You're making a face. I'll get to that in a second.
No, it's okay. It's
but
okay. I'm just curious.
Well, when men and women are friends, and look, the ladies already said it. the man is going to, and it's not, and to be honest with you, it's not that we catch feelings, it's just that we want to fuck. That's what it is.
Pretty much.
And the more sexually inexperienced men are, the more likely we are to mistake feelings of lust as feelings of love. Oh, I have feelings for it. Yeah, the feeling that you want to bang her. And you know what? It's very interesting.
Or they get possessive, right?
Like
they don't want anyone else to.
Yes, they don't want anybody else to. Yeah, and the guy that she's friend zone gets to hear about all of the Chads and Tyrone she's banging on the side, and the guy who's in the friend zone says, you know what? I'm gonna listen to her, and just like in the movies, just like You Got Mail, or pick a romantic comedy at the end of the week, gonna come around, and we're gonna realize that we were meant to be all along.
Well, the male best friends know that they're hoes, so eventually it's gonna be his turn. She's gonna get drunk enough one night, or they're gonna be like, you know what? If I'm not married by the time I'm 35, let's get married.
They do that too.
Actually, have you guys heard of women doing that? If I'm not married until XYZ, then we'll get together.
One of my male friends, we said that one time. If we don't find anyone, we're just gonna get married.
How old are you now?
That was about 15 years ago when we said.
All right. Do we need to give him a shout out? Let him know to holler. What's up?
Well, unfortunately, he passed away.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, that was unexpected. Well,
yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, I had that.
No, that's okay. That look, that's all right. Not to be crude here, but did y'all get it in or what? What happened?
No, we were best friends.
Oh boy.
And we, he dated his female friends. I dated my male friends, but you get into relationships, and we used to talk, oh gosh, look what he did, or look what she did. And we just said, you know what? If we never find anybody, we're going to get married. But unfortunately, he passed.
It's messed up because for guys, they think, oh yeah, there's a chance.
Yes.
But then as they get older, they realize like, oh yeah, I just got put last on the list.
Yes.
Like she's gonna go through everybody else before she gives me a chance. So
and a lot of guys begin to get resentful at some point in time. They say, well, I picked her up drunk at a party, or I do this for her. I picked her up at work. I've watched her children for her while she's out with somebody else, and she still doesn't like me. They get resentful, but that's the $1 million question. That leads me into the next question. What are some of the advantages for men and women being in a platonic relationship? I'll start with the ladies. So you guys have had male friends in the past. What are some of the advantages to having just platonic friendships with men that you are not romantically interested in or involved with?
I'll take that. Well, they give you when you got a male friend, they give you advice.
That's the point.
I love that. I be like, yo, bro, why he did that? What you think he doing? And a lot of guys, they don't like to break that bro code. But if he's your friend, he might not tell you exactly.
He's gonna tell you, but
he's gonna give you little bits of pieces. Yo, please, don't be careful. If he's doing that, he's out here. So it's fun to have a male friend, just, hey, what you doing? And they'll come to you if they're having female problems, and you can give them advice. So I think it's fun to have a male as a friend,
Well, I'll actually, I'm going to pose another question to the panel because I think this is a better question. Because women always say, well, you know what? I'll ask you guys this. In a friendship platonic, whether it's sexually or not, who's easier to get along with, men or women? Devin?
Men.
Breezy?
Oh, men.
Men.
Eagles. Okay, there we go. So, right, we all universally understand why men are easier to get along with. Why do you think, Devin, men are easier to get along with in a platonic friendship sense?
Because they want to do anything for you. Like they're looking for that chance. Girlfriends are like, they're like, whatever, like they don't care.
They don't care. Whatever. Yep.
Let me ask this, Dev. Before I come to this, let me ask you this. If you were 200 pounds more, right? Because you've got a smoking bod. If you were Devin plus 200 pounds, would you like having male friends then?
Yeah, I'd love it.
Why?
Because it's male attention.
Nobody
else is giving me attention, so at least my friends are.
Okay,
they're always sense. Blowing you up, like, oh, you look good, girl, and like they're like trying to hype you up, so you feel good about yourself, and And occasionally when no one's around, they'll be like, hey man, have you tried the keto, like
gotcha try to slide it in there, right?
Or like girls would be like, hey, how much weight did you gain this month?
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
So I think that there's I think men in like these relationships it's almost like practice with how you're going to be with a significant other.
Whoa, disagree there.
Really?
Yes, because and that leads into our last one. But number one, I am a strong advocate. If a brother or friend comes to me, hey, do I have? I mean, I've got this girl, and she wants to be no. I advise men not to be friends with women. You shouldn't be. The only time I'm friends,
have the 3 rule.
Dude, see, she's known me well. The only time I'm friends with a woman is if I have fucked her, am fucking her, or want to fuck her. That's the only way. If I have a problem, I'm not going to you or a woman. I'm going to my guy friends. That's what they're for.
Right, but let's be honest. You do have female friends that you've met through life.
Who? And are they? I have one female friend. Her name is Carly. When I met her, she was 400 pounds.
Yeah, I didn't say that you wanted to have sex with them.
Okay, but that's my point. There's always that sexual tension between men and women.
Yeah.
Ladies, what are the disadvantages? Both of you universally, you guys agreed that men are easier to get along with. Why are women not? And I see Jay Blaze is on the line. We're going to get him here in just a second. Why is it that men are easier to get along with than women? What is the disadvantage to having female friends?
Well, it's the jealousy. They talk too much. I mean, I think men talk too. Men gossip too.
Oh, men
talk. But with the females, it's the jealousy, it's the envy, it's the drama, and I don't have time for that.
We are emotional creatures.
Yeah, it's too much.
So everything affects us. It's just I don't know. Women they just pick on each other for the silliest things.
Exactly.
You can look so beautiful. Oh, she should have got that pinky toe painted.
Mm-hmm. Why her hair's like that?
Yeah. It's just silly where guys talk about sports and stuff like that and fun stuff, and women just.
Devin, you got your pinky toe painted?
No.
You gotta make sure that nail polish got to be on point, because they look the tiniest.
I pay enough to get her nails done. They better be did. Oh, you got your nails done this week. Yeah, you got to get the toes under control. All right, let's go to the phone lines. 516-387-1987. Let us go to Jay Blaze in Maine. Jay Blaze, what's going on, brother?
Hey.
Oh,
he can hear.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Blaze, turn up your volume because we can barely hear you. Keep going. Oh, yeah, there we go. Hang on. Oh, I know the problem. I know what the problem is. It's a setting that I'm going to change right now. Watch this. This will be podcast magic.
We do it live
on the job. Yeah, we do it live, y'all. There it is. Mac Pro speakers. There we go. Let's try this again. We've got Jay Blaze on the line. If you guys want to call in, 516-387-1987. Jay Blaze, what's on your mind, brother?
So I do not recommend men and women to be friends because it's usually the clueless nice guy that is on the girl's bench, and he thinks he can get the girl at some point, but he's given the validational sex to all those Chads and Tyrones, and so she elevates them right when she's about to settle.
What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I agree with that a little bit.
What is she saying?
I have to agree with that.
You know what I think? The reason why, and I agree with that, because when I'm cool with someone and they say he likes me and I don't like him, it's going to cause problems where our friends, we are really cool, and because he might feel, well, he has a chance with me, and I'm like, no, I just want to be friends. You stop talking.
Yeah.
You don't communicate anymore. So maybe something like that should be put up front. so that nobody gets any type of idea. But see, guys would be like, I'm gonna get, you know,
they want to be,
she just talking.
They think that being persistent works. But if I'm telling you I don't want you, you being persistent, it's only gonna turn me off, and I don't want nothing to do with
it may not be that I'm not attracted to you. You could be gorgeous.
I just don't want that.
It's just that, you know, I want us to be cool. And, you know, guys will just keep going on and on until they get to the point where they get angry. And then now whatever you had is gone.
And some can't handle rejection either. So it's like, okay, I'm going to get you regardless. No, you're not. And then now I'm not going to want to talk to you anymore.
Right.
Because you just don't get it.
I always like to put things up front, you know.
You know, the interesting thing is, ladies, is that most women don't do it this way. Have you guys ever heard of the Fresh and Fit podcast?
No.
Okay, well, it's a Miami-based podcast, and they talk to young women about dating and relationships. And without exception, all of these women, we always ask this question, and it's so funny how they do this. They say, "Can men and women be friends?" Yes, blah, 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 blah. And we're like, well, they know they're the only reason why they're friends with you is because they want to bang you. No, they don't. You know what they do is they say, we're going to give you back your phone. I want you to pick a male friend and text him this: "I'm horny. What are you doing?" And they all freeze like a deer in the headlights. The reason they do that is because they know inside their minds that their male friends are doing what they do for them because they secretly want to fuck them. However, if she admits that she knows they want to bang, then the jig is up. At that point, now it turns into her using someone for his sexual attractiveness towards her, knowing full well that she wants nothing to do with him sexually.
Isn't that a recipe to have a girl? Like, if a guy has a pretty best friend that's female,
oh boy,
isn't it better to embrace that and say, hey, use it to my advantage, not like get run through?
So Devin, what you just did, you just plagiarized on the air. I can't believe you just did that. Gentlemen, what just happened is my own girlfriend has plagiarized the game. Yes, the way out of the friend zone is because guys who pick girls to be friends with that get friend zone, the girls are almost always pretty. So pro game tip, guys. Ask the girl that's friend zoned you, hey, let's go out for drinks. I'm buying. She'll be like, okay. She'll have no problem because you're paying. That's what you always do.
Right.
So when you get to the bar or the club, whatever, you start asking her, what do you think of that redhead over there? What do you think of her over here? What do you think of her over there? She'll start to give you her opinions, but after a while, if you actually go up and start talking to these women and start getting play from these women, now all of a sudden, that's something within her is going to be like, oh, wait a minute, maybe it's. But even if that doesn't work, guess what? You're with an attractive woman, and when you're with attractive women, other attractive women find you attractive.
That's true.
You just plagiarized. I can't believe that.
I didn't plagiarize. I preempted.
JP, I'll give you the last. Sorry, go ahead, please.
Oh, I was going to say, but you know, things are crazy out here today. So you don't really want to be playing people emotions. You know what I mean? You got a lot of young girls, like, you know, I'm in my 50s. I'm near done that. You know, you got a lot of young people out here, they playing mind games, and even older people, you know, I don't want to be playing with nobody's emotions and having them thinking, hey, yeah, we're going to get together, do this for me and do that, and then turn around and that's not the case. Because you know, there's a reaction. Yes, you know, so you really got to be careful and be upfront with people.
Yeah, like it's easier to be friends, male and female friends when you're, you know, 18 to 25.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And
so you're telling me that women from 18 to 25 don't friend zone men from 18 to 25?
No, they friend zone them, but I'm just saying it's easier for guys and girls to be friends than if they're like later in age, like 30, 40, 50 years old. You don't have friends of the opposite sex as much as you did when you were young.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Okay, I want the audience to listen, Devin, love you to disregard what she just said. Do not be friends with women you are not fucking. I don't care.
Devin, it's like guys learn that automatically.
Of course.
As they get older.
Well, here's the thing. Devin's a pretty girl. Of course, she's going to say, oh, yeah, you can be friends 18 to 25. No, don't do it. I love when the woman comes out in you, but that's why I love you. Jay Blaze, I'll give you the last word, my friend.
I will say at least 10 years ago or beyond, you could run social circle game, or you could become like friendly with a girl.
Yes.
And then get her. But that isn't the case anymore because they're going to college to sow their wild oats.
Yep.
And, you know, they used to go to college to meet a great guy, but that's not the case anymore.
No, it is not. No, it is not. Jay Blaze, I appreciate you calling in as always, man. Thank you.
Thanks for the newsletter.
Oh yeah, Jay signed up for the newsletter. What are you guys' thoughts? We got a super chat to read and answer about the Tom Brady Gisele Bündchen divorce. What are ladies? What are your thoughts on social circle game? Because you're in your 50s. Devin and I, we're in our mid 40s, so we're around the same age. I think we're all Gen Xers. I remember back in our day, the only people we really considered dating were the kids around the way, people that we knew, right? People at our school, maybe someone we had, karate class with, whatever the case may be. In your opinion, what has changed about social circle game? Because friends aren't dating each other more. It's only girls on Instagram.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, they like what they see. They don't want I guess they see the fakeness, because to me, that's what it is. Most females on Instagram are fake with the bodies and this and that. That's what they want. But that girl could be nuts. Her body is one thing, but her mind is another.
Spoiler alert. Those girls are nuts. They're absolutely
the body don't mean nothing. I mean, but that's what they want. That's the first thing they see.
Oh yeah.
That's what
People don't look for personality anymore.
They look for the physicality of it.
Well, hold on. In their defense, I'm here to speak for the men. That's the first thing we look for, right? Look, you can be the most feminine, docile, caring woman who can cook a 7-course meal. If I don't want to have sex with you, I'm not interested. Where a lot of guys are going wrong is they're using that as the one and only qualification. Mm-hmm. You see it all the time on Instagram, y'all. Some girl posts a booty pic, wife material. What, based on her ass? Yeah. What, like, bitch with a 60-inch booty is wife material? How is she gonna wipe? And then, like a girl with a 60-inch booty, right? And then she's got those long fingernails. How's she wiping her ass? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get dirty with it, but I'm just keeping it real.
She's not clean at all. It's no way.
Oh,
no way.
Oh my God.
That's disgusting.
It is so different now.
I mean, it's very, very different. Social circle game is definitely
people
suffering.
don't really operate within their social circles unless it's their social network.
Yep.
So social circle game used to be people that you knew in real life. Now it's social network game. Like, oh, let me see who's friends with this person. Let me see who's friends with this person, and kind of make my way up the social ladder that way.
Ladies, you guys have dated guys. Hey, like I've got a friend of mine, or a girlfriend of yours comes and says, hey, I'd like you to meet Michael. I told him all about you, blah, 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 blah. They kind of vetted the guys for you. And then whatever happens from there happens. That doesn't happen anymore. I don't even think it happens with people our age anymore. Does it?
Blind dates and stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
And sometimes that doesn't work out either, because a friend of mine introduced me to a gentleman. He was nuts. He needed counseling, and I think he thought that I could help him. I'm not here to heal anyone.
Right.
A lot of people think that you can heal them or you can fix them.
It's not your job.
Okay. All right.
That's what they're doing today, and he was not. I said, listen, honey, don't introduce me to anybody else that you know, because he was not good. He was like, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Wait, hold on. Listen. It's time to put a kettle on. Spill the tea. Why was he crazy?
The thing is, he had bad experiences, and he just didn't feel that. He felt that all women were the same, and he's been used. And so when I told him that, why don't you get therapy? And people don't want to hear that. Therapy? I don't know therapy. Maybe you need therapy. And I'm like, yeah, I need therapy. Talking to you. But he needed therapy, and he was in denial. His heart was broken a lot of times, and he didn't need to be in a relationship. He just needed, he needed help to fix his past.
Men and women like this. Go ahead, Dev.
Yeah, like there's the dudes who wallow in their sorrows, like, because she could have been describing you up to the point where he just never got over it. Like every man and every person goes through heartache and things like that.
Right.
But it's live and learn. You got to pick yourself up.
Well, hold on now. This is interesting. So you say live and learn. Easy for you to say. You're a blonde woman with big boobs, right? Like, no, I mean, let's seriously, let's just keep it real here, ladies. It's easy because I'll tell you what, when a man gets over on a woman, she's not, well, live and learn. No, she's like, that, I can't believe this nigga did this and did all that and da 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 da. So you want us to live and learn, at the same time. And, you are right. You do have to live and learn, but you don't need therapy. You need to go to donovansharp.com or consume red pill content. The problem with that guy is he just didn't understand women. This is what we teach. Like I teach the uncomfortable truths about dating and relationships, the uncomfortable truths about dealing with modern women in this day and age. I think that honestly, I think this community would go a long way in people not going to therapy. I think that's why us and Fresh and Fit are so big.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I don't want to say you gotta do the work, but most people just figure that life happens to them, and they're just a passive bystander in it, and that's not really someone that's attractive to a woman anyway. You want that forward moving energy. You want that guy who's like, oh yeah, that happened, but whatever, I gotta play it. I'm going, I'm doing my thing.
But the only men who do that are the men who understand women and are experienced with women the right way, and that's hard.
Their life.
There you go. That's very hard to come by. Derek the Trader with the $10 super chat says, question to the panel. What are your initial thoughts on Tom Brady's upcoming divorce? Apparently, both sides have retained divorce attorneys. I'm going to start with you, Preezy.
Okay, so what I've heard that the wife wants him to retire because she retired, right? Mm-hmm. My thing is, leave him alone. This is his love. If he stays home, he's going to be miserable because he's not doing what he wants to do. Now, they might have had an agreement. Listen, we're going to retire together. And he might, I thought about that. I want to play one more season. Can I just? Right. And so I think it's more to the story. She wants him to be home and help out with the kids and stuff like that. But this is his love, and you don't want to take that from him. Let him go ahead and play. And I mean, you guys are rich. I mean, you got like 5-6 babysitters. Like, right. I just think it's more to the story than what they're telling us. You're going to get a divorce because I want to play another season of football. No, it's more to it.
Okay. All right. And Giggles, what are your thoughts? That's interesting. I hadn't thought of that.
I was so out of the loop. I knew they were getting divorced, but I didn't even read on like the deep details. Mm-hmm. If it's just, I mean, I've been through a divorce myself, but I feel like if it's just not working out, whatever the situation is, just part ways. Okay. No need to make it toxic. No need to just make it just negative. Just go. You have kids, everything split or however it is, pay child support or co-parent, and that's it. Don't make it ugly if it doesn't have to be.
Right.
Very good. Devin, your thoughts?
I mean, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago.
We did.
And I am still in the camp that this is just being fueled by rumors.
But they both retain divorce lawyers, and neither has denied it. So.
Okay, but so they might be talking about divorce, but nobody's filed yet. Okay. Nobody's done anything about it yet. So I think it's rumors fueled with, put it this way, if we were married and you read an article that said that I retained a divorce attorney, what's your first move?
What's my first move is ask you, have you retained a divorce attorney?
Okay. What if I say yes?
Then I retain one.
Exactly. But it doesn't mean you're getting divorced yet. Divorce is a very long process.
Well, actually, the first thing I would do is kick you up out my house. Number one. That's the first thing I would do. The second thing I would do is I would take Walter and Dexter and Philip, because you're not getting my cats or my gerbil, and then of course we handle things legally from there. My thoughts on the Tom Brady Gisele Bündchen situation is, if it's true, if they really are getting a divorce, I agree with Preezy. And I'll take it a step further. Gisele Bündchen is making a huge mistake, and here's why. And dude, somebody already took the words right out of my mouth. Lorenzo Rock says Tom Brady's going to start dating another Victoria's Secret model, but she's going to be in her 20s. Here's the deal. We all understand. Wait a minute. We all understand that we all have what we call sexual market value and relationship market value. Your sexual market value plus relationship market value equals dating market value, right? Right. Tom Brady Gisele Bündchen does have some sexual market value and some dating market value, but Tom Brady has a lot more sexual market value. Yeah. And girls in their 20s are going to be lining up around the block to get a piece of Captain America, 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady. Now, a lot of people might say, well, we had the guy who said, well, Gisele Bündchen is rich, she'll have options too. I'm sorry, what high status men are going to want to date a retired 43-year-old former supermodel who's a single mother of 3 children? Yeah, that's right. Nobody. And even if she were to find someone to actually give her a shot, he's not taking her seriously, because any man that's going to use any man that dates Gisele Bündchen is just doing it for the Q rating. Gisele is making a huge mistake, because what it comes down to is when you get married and have children, it's no longer about you. It's got to be about the kids. Right. And she's Right. It appears that she is throwing a fit about him wanting to play football for another season.
Yeah, she's acting like a child. In the grand scheme of things, this is not a non-factor. This is what's one more year in a lifetime together, you know?
I think I agree with Preezy. I think there's got to be something else to it.
Something else.
Let's speculate. Preezy, let's speculate a little bit. What could possibly be an underlying reason for this divorce? Is it maybe Tom's a cheater? Maybe Giselle's a cheater? Like, I mean, because if Tom Brady really were a cheater, and let's face it, he probably is, he's Tom freaking Brady. Mm-hmm. I don't think it would matter one way or the other. I think the judge is going to fine for whoever he thinks is fair. But what are your thoughts?
Now, let me ask you first. When it comes to football, the guys, they have to do a lot of traveling, right?
Yes.
That could be it, you know. Yep. And maybe he's done things out in during the marriage, and it's because of the traveling and stuff like that, and she's had enough of it.
Yep.
But to me, it's more to it. I just feel like maybe he was cheating or doing something, but she's claiming that she wants him to spend time with the children. But
I mean, when you get with somebody, you
already knew what it was. She knew what
his situation was. He travels. He plays football. She knows this. So you tired now? Why? You agreed.
Yeah. She can't travel with him. Before maybe she traveled with him, and now they got the cheering, and she can't travel anymore with him. So now he's doing his thing, you know. But
you knew what was going on from the beginning. I mean, you decided to go into this. I mean,
that's what did Drake say? You knew what it was, but when I signed up, right?
You signed that contract and said I do, right? So you knew what it was.
He proposed to her after he won his third Super Bowl. And I remember 10 years ago, Tom Brady said, I want to play till I'm 45. The difference is we didn't take him seriously because no quarterback, I think the oldest quarterback to have ever played in the NFL might be Steve DeBerg, and he was 44. Tom Brady's the oldest player in the league, I think, by about a year and a half.
He's old.
He is very old. He doesn't look like it. I wish I looked like him. Oh, by the way,
he's in his 40s. Or maybe it could be she feel like, I don't want you to get hurt. You know, I don't want, this is it now. You need to stop.
That could be it, but he's a football player.
Like, come on, let's live our life. Life is short. Let's be together. Let's do more family things together. I mean, I don't know. It's something behind it for them to go for divorce. Like,
yeah, I agree.
So I think that she thought she was going to marry her best friend. And all of a sudden, like, you know, he matches me in all respects. Yep. He's this, he's that. And now he's kind of outpaced her.
Yep.
She's living the home life, like probably not exactly happy with it, doesn't want to do it alone. Says, hey, if I'm going to be unhappy, so are you. And not only that, I start to wonder if there's something going on with the kids that he should be around for. Like maybe there's some kind of learning issue or development issue or something that she maybe needs help with, and he's getting it. But like then again,
but dude, she can hire people. Dude, they can hire people for that. I mean, she's not like I think she put something out there. I want him to be home with the kids and help us raise our, like, come on.
Does
like
she
it's been
daddy issues.
Giselle, I don't know what her situation is, but
it's definitely
because to want to get
you know what else I think it is? Giselle Bundchen's a supermodel. She's been beautiful her entire life.
Yeah.
And women like that are not used to being told no. They're not used to being told no. Brady straight up told her. And if you guys remember, he actually retired at the end of last season. Yeah. And we're all like, well, wait a minute. He retired. Yeah, he retired for a half an hour, had a cup of coffee, and then decided he was coming back.
Right. He stayed home a day with her, said, "Nah, I'm going
back." He's like, "Yo, coach, get my pads." I think in the end, now this is an outside shot here, but I think in the end, I think this is one giant shit test. Giselle threatened him with divorce already. That's why he left training camp for 10 days. Mm-hmm. He came back to training camp. It was quiet for a week. Now all of a sudden, there's trouble in paradise. Now she's starting to make more noise. I think she gave him the ultimatum. I think she said, Tom, it is going to be football or it is going to be me. And Tom said, Z right 42, blast right on 3, ready. And he wasn't, and Giselle, who is not used to being told no by anybody, least of all her millionaire 7-time Super Bowl husband, Tom Brady, she's probably feeling some type of way about that.
Right. Yeah, this is a tough lesson to learn because she's going to regret that ultimatum.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You know, if you think about the long term, you know, they've been together, what, 13 years?
Yeah, they've been together for a while, man.
Imagine what they'll be like at 30 years. You know, they're going to be a power couple for the rest of their natural lives. Once he's done with football, just hang out and just wait.
That's what I think is something else to it.
It's something probably that we don't even know.
They're not saying everything.
Yeah, listen, I think there's definitely trouble in paradise. Here's a question for you ladies. So, and by the way, somebody commented in the chat, let's hope the judge isn't a Bills or a Dolphins fan. Because he'll give everything to Giselle. Giselle has a much higher net worth than Tom Brady, and even as a retired supermodel, still makes more annually. So who is going to get the custody and the alimony, or are they going to go down the middle?
Yeah,
what do you guys think?
Oh, I think that's
it would be easier to just split it.
Yeah,
because you don't want a nasty divorce, and then kids are in the middle. It's not fair to them.
Yeah.
So, but they might have to choose which parent I want to be with. No, you don't want to do that.
Oh my God, no way. No.
And the kids are young, right?
And they're young, so yeah.
Yeah, their kids are still school age, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. It's funny because once the divorce is finalized, let's say he retires at the end of this year, she'd have exactly what she wanted if she just waited.
Yeah, except the goddamn ring, because she decided to throw a fit and said, if you choose football, you choose me. And he chose football. Yeah. Unbelievable. You know what's interesting? I think because she was with Tom Brady, something in my mind says she can't possibly be like the typical modern woman. Lady, listen, here's the deal. I was mentioning sexual market value before. Tom is the best. Dude, Tom Brady is there are maybe 5 men who are apex alpha male that have any woman they want. One is Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, LeBron James, billionaire. Giselle is not going to want to date somebody lower than Tom Brady. Who's she going to date? Cristiano Ronaldo? Cristiano Ronaldo has a 20-year-old girlfriend every other month.
Yeah,
same with Lionel Messi.
Retired, probably.
I don't. But here's the thing: somebody who's retired. But guess what? People who are retired who qualify to date Giselle Bundchen don't want women like Giselle. Yeah. It's sad. I think she's making a mistake,
especially with this public spectacle like this. You don't do that to your man, especially in the middle of a business season. Like he's got a job to do, and you're going to throw salt in the game. Like what's going on? Wow. Okay. Next, here is our next. This is our last and final question talking point as we round third and head for home here. Should men and women be best friends in a relationship? I'll go. Should you marry your best friend?
Should you marry your best friend? My deal is this. No. And I'll use us as an example. You and I, we've been together for almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years in January. You and I, we get along. We have a great time. We enjoy each other's company. We're not friends. And the reason why we're not friends is because I don't have sex with my friends. Okay. If I'm going through some sort of emotional turmoil, I go to my friends. I don't go to you. You understand? Right. You don't know the details, but I'm going through a lot right now with my family. Mm-hmm. And I haven't mentioned any of that to you. And it's not that I don't trust you. It's just that you need to rely on me to be the rock in the relationship. And if you see me exhibiting that sort of vulnerability, then at that point you're going to be like, okay, maybe it was just this one time, but it's gonna create a fissure, and eventually it's going to crack.
Yeah, like part of me wants to say, I want you to confide in me. I want you to share your stress with me. Mm-hmm. I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. That type of thing. But the problem with that is by insisting on that, you start to erode the relationship role as it's defined.
There you go.
So like, there's things like you're not my friend, but you're a confidant of mine.
Yes, of course.
You're, my biggest supporter. Yeah. You're, you're like, you're my ally. You're a champion. You're a protector. You're all of these things. But to call you a friend, I think would be demeaning to what you really are to me and in this relationship.
And that is so much more than just friends.
Exactly.
And when I say men and women shouldn't and men shouldn't marry their best friends, that doesn't mean you have to hate each other. When I say me and you aren't friends, we're not sulking until it's time to. No, we get along, we laugh together, we have great fun. But I agree with you. I think when you call someone your best friend in a relationship, I think it diminishes all of the roles that you guys play each other, and you don't want to cross those lines. If I have an emotional problem to discuss, I'll call EO, I'll call Myron, I'll call AMS, I'll call any of those guys. I'm not going to come to you unless it directly affects you, at which point I'll clue you in.
Right. So there are
makes sense.
There are some.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way yet.
Yeah. Yeah. So there are things that things that you talk about or the way that you treat your friends that you should never treat your significant other.
There you go.
And one of those things is like just venting. You know, you can vent to your friends, but your husband hears it and he hears a complainer, someone so unhappy.
There you go.
Doesn't want to hear it. Tunes you out. You know, you don't talk about what ifs with your significant other.
There you go. That's right.
You don't reminisce about the past.
That's right.
Single life and things like that. You know, and you just don't. You just don't emotionally dump on your man. Like if you have a problem, you present it, you ask for solutions. If you guys agree on a solution, there's just being an emotional dumping ground just basically turns you into a punching bag.
Right.
And then next thing you know, I'm not filtering what I'm saying to you.
Oh, wow.
And when I'm not filtering what I'm saying to you and I'm treating you like my best friend, it shows a lack of respect. A lack of trust, because now I'm questioning you openly. And it shows that, like, hey, maybe I don't see you as a leader of this relationship because, you know, you need to have that filter. That filter protects your love.
Not only that, it's the barrier. There is a reason why it's never a good idea for I'll use the military as an example. Did either of you serve in the military or know anyone who served in the military? Okay, so you're aware of what's called at the Officers Club and the NCO Club. The NCO Club, it's a nightclub for military personnel. The NCO Club is for non-commissioned officers, for lower ranking, servicemen, airmen, et cetera, et cetera. The Officers Club is for captains, majors, et cetera, et cetera. The reason why they don't allow them to commingle in the same club is because they don't want to crack that leadership hierarchy. If my best friend were my supervisor, I would respect him, but I wouldn't really take his leadership as seriously.
Right.
Because man, like it's me. No, man, I need to maintain that barrier. You and I, we love each other very much, but I like you as a person. I remember when we first started talking, I said, I like you as a person. Just because I'm not your friend does not mean I don't like you. And it doesn't mean I don't like spending time with you. I very much like spending time with you. I like you very much, but we can't put this label of friend on us because it really, it cuts us off at the knees in a lot of ways you just described. Ladies, so you guys were like, hey, I'd never thought of that before. What did you guys learn?
The friend part. You always taught, you should meet and become friends first, and
you know what happens when a guy meets a girl and tries to become friends first? He gets put in the friend zone. Think about this, ladies. So many women are dating guys, right, that they thought that they liked. And they say, yeah, David is a great guy, but I just kind of think of him as a friend. That's because you're treating him like a friend. And if you're treating, and guys here all the time, just like you said, if you meet a girl, you have to make her feel comfortable, make her be your friend. No, she's not your friend. She is a woman you are sexually interested in. This doesn't mean you dislike each other, but you guys can't be friends. Otherwise, she's going to treat you like one.
Right. I know it's certain things that you shouldn't discuss with your mates. You should have a friend to go to and talk to about different things, and, you talk to your mate about, whatever's you two are dealing with. But as far as other things and stuff like that, like DeAndre, who was a Q dog that you kind of messed around with in college, like stuff like that. That's what you talk to your girlfriends about.
Exactly.
Boys about Keisha and the AKAs that had the big booty. I'm not going to talk to my girl about that. You guys understand what I mean? So there are certain lines you can't cross when you're friends. That's just all there is to it.
Well, how about when you meet the person and you're discussing the past? Is that a problem? Like you're just talking, you're getting to know each other, and
not at all.
Talking about your past relationship. Is that a problem?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, discussing now I always tell women, all the time, never, ever, 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 ever do two things. Never tell a man your body count because you probably don't know. Number two, you can talk about your past relationships, but never reminisce about the one that got away, right? Yeah. If we knew exactly what women were thinking all the time, we'd be crushed. It's the same with women. You guys don't want to know what we're thinking all the time. By the same token, you have to get to know the other person. What makes you tick? I mean, and you're going to talk about past relationships. Hey, this is what happened here and there and the other. As long as you leave out the parts about the sex, we are good to go. Right. We don't need to know how big it was and this and that and the other and how he made you do all this and the third because
too much.
Right, exactly. And again, I want to make it clear, ladies, when I say this doesn't mean you can't like each other. It is very, very important that you do get to know each other. But full disclosure sometimes is not always the best answer, especially when it comes to your past.
Yes, especially your sexual past.
Your sexual past.
People ask you, I'm sorry, I don't speak about that.
There you go.
I can tell you about my relationship with that person.
There you
what
go.
It was like. Or
that's some girl game. I like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it would even just be weird them asking me that. Why are you even asking me that?
Yeah,
I always say this.
Know that.
It's well, yeah. The thing is that's a very good question, Giggles. The reason why men ask women about a woman's body count, the reason why they ask her how many guys she slept with, is because they lack the requisite tools, knowledge, and experience to glean what her body count might be based on her behavior. I teach men you have to pay attention to your interactions with women. I know she looks good, and I know she's got a fat ass, and I know she gives you the dome, but you really have to look through all that and be like, okay, so she's got a thigh tattoo of her baby daddy, and this one dude keeps blowing her up on the phone. Like, there are certain behavior traits and characteristics that men can look out for that says, okay, this woman is very likely to have had a high body count. Right. At that point, then you can decide what to do, either recreational use only or pursue a relationship. If she has a high body count, the higher the body count, the more likely she is to not be a good girlfriend, wife, and or mother. But the reason why men ask these questions is because they just don't know. That's the only way they know how to find out. And the reason why they don't know how to find out is because they're not paying attention. They're sleeping with girls, and they're just like, well, I wonder what her body count is. Yeah. She's not going to tell you, number one, even if she could, even if she did, she probably doesn't know. You got to pay attention. Absolutely.
You got to go all in. They don't even want to find anything out. They just want to go all in.
There you go.
And no matter what you say, the guy's going to multiply it by 5 anyway. So.
Oh, no. We multiply it by more than that. We multiply it. Yeah, I always say if a girl tells you that her body count is 5, it's probably closer to 55. Yeah. With today's math. We got a comment in the chat here from Phantom 133 says 313 says, please bring back Preezy and Giggles. All right.
Thank you, Phantom 313.
I think the reason why you guys are good guests is because we're all around the same age. We tend to have very confrontational podcasts with people of the younger demographic, Gen Z millennials.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll link their podcast in the video description too.
Already done that.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, so we will take this last few moments for the ladies to tell the people where they can find you, where they can find your podcast, your links, and social media.
Yes, so we are from Listen Up, Listen In Podcast, and you can find us at www.listenuplistenin5687.com. You can also find us on Instagram. Listen Up, Listen In 5687. We are on all podcast platforms.
All of them.
Wow.
Literally.
All of them. Okay. All right. So you're on what podcast? What platform are you on? Yes.
All of them.
Yes. I'm on. Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. You're on all of them.
Yes.
Well, ladies, we greatly appreciate you guys taking the time to be with us tonight. Yes. J Blaze 11 says the 3 last week were all capped. Yeah. Very interesting discussion with the 3 ladies last week.
A little lopsided.
Yeah. A little. Hey, we like lopsided podcasts. That is going to do it for wait a minute, last thing.
I did write a blog post about this topic. If you want to check it out, go to howtorelationship.net.
Yes. Howtorelationship.net.
Yes.
Evan wrote what's it called? Your man is not your friend.
Now we learned something tonight.
We did.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. We really did.
We want to educate and help people to fornicate.
Yes.
We educate and fornicate here on the hashtag How to Relationship podcast. Thank you guys very